The silent anticipation in the studio is a feeling as thick as the air itself, a prelude to a storm that has been brewing in one family for far too long. Dr. Phil stands before a captivated audience, his expression a mix of concern and resolve. On the stage of the Dr. Phil Show, a familiar scene is set, but the emotions about to unfold are anything but ordinary. It's a battleground where love and family ties have become casualties of war. The topic is as old as marriage itself, in-law drama. Dr. Phil, addressing the audience, when you think about marriage, for better and worse, they are words that symbolize a lifelong commitment with your spouse, right? But what happens when the worse comes in the form of your in-laws? The audience murmurs in knowing agreement. Dr. Phil reveals a shocking statistic, a number that hangs heavy in the studio. A recent poll of divorced couples found in-laws to be at least somewhat responsible for 25% of their marriages ending. Did you hear what I just said? I wanted to see what were the biggest complaints people had with their in-laws, so I sent a tweet. On the giant screen behind him, Dr. Phil's tweet appears, a simple question that opened a floodgate of frustration. In-law probs, working on show now. What are your biggest in-law probs, complaints, and issues? Well, the response was overwhelming. I had hundreds of tweets in a matter of minutes, and they were pretty much all complaining about a mother-in-law. A website brazenly titled motherinlawhell.com flashes on the screen. It's a digital sanctuary for thousands of women who feel unheard and undermined. The site's founder, Patricia, appears via video call, her face a portrait of someone who has weathered this very storm. Dr. Phil, so tell me what inspired this motherinlawhell.com. Patricia, over video call, well, when I was 21, I married, he had a great mother. And as the relationship started to progress, her and I started to butt heads. And I seemed more like the other woman than I was her daughter-in-law. I started the website just trying to I figured there had to be women out there that were going through the same thing that I was. What do you hear about on the website? What are they telling you? A lot of it has to do with kind of challenging, kind of testing to see where the husband's loyalty is. That's probably the biggest complaint, is seeing, who does he love more, his mother or his wife? The stage is set for a real-life example of this very conflict. A pre-recorded video begins to play, introducing a young woman named Dana, her eyes filled with a weary resentment. Dana, in the video, my mother-in-law is 64 years old and stuck in a 15-year-old girl's body. It's all about me, 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 me. She's intrusive, an instigator, a victim, and then she plays the martyr. I can't stand her. The video then cuts to Trisha, Dana's mother-in-law. Her words are just as sharp, her smile a thin veil for the disapproval she feels. Trisha, in the video, I'd like to write a book, and the name of the book would be, So You Think Your Daughter-in-Law is Bad? Wait till you read this. Dana can be mean, nasty, sarcastic, hateful, cruel, extremely cold. The biggest mistake is that Troy married Dana. The video fades, and the camera finds Dana, her husband Troy, and his mother Trisha sitting on stage with Dr. Phil. The tension is palpable. Dana looks hurt and defiant, Troy appears exhausted and trapped, and Trisha sits with an air of cold justification. Dr. Phil, what if you have this opinion of your mother-in-law, and what if this was the opinion that your mother-in-law had about you? It's obvious that Dana and her mother-in-law, Trisha, are not huge fans of one another. Unfortunately, this leaves Dana's husband and Trisha's son, Troy, feeling like he's stuck in the middle. You guys are not getting along well. No. Do you guys think it's due to this influence? Some of it, yes, absolutely. How much of it? Your statistic is right. She's one of the reasons that I want out. I'm right there, in my 25%. How long have you two been married? 2.5 years. And together how long? 6. In that 6 years, how many of the two have you split up? Minimum 25, maybe 30. Dana scoffs, in his opinion. And how many of those, in your opinion, were before you got married? 15. Dr. Phil stares at Troy, a look of utter disbelief on his face. The audience chuckles, sensing the absurdity. If somebody dumps me 15 times, unless I have a real learning disability, I'm not so much sure that I'm gonna be buying me a ring and heading over to the church. Well, first and foremost, Dr. Phil, we were split when I found out we were pregnant with Trevor, our son. No, we were not. Troy, cutting her off. Yes, we were, Dana. We were broke up for 2 weeks when you came and you threw the pregnancy test on my table. Dana, dismissively, that's not what happened. That is exactly what happened. Second of all, she proposed to me. Dr. Phil buries his face in his hand, momentarily overwhelmed by the couple's conflicting stories. To Trisha, did you support this marriage when it happened? Trisha, carefully, well, I was a little leery because of the fact that they were constantly fighting and breaking up, and I had no idea, I have to tell you, that Dana felt the way about me that I just found out. I had no idea. You didn't know that you two had an issue? Oh, I knew we had an issue, but I had no idea that she couldn't stand me. I had never heard that before, ever. Dr. Phil, turning to his wife, Robin, in the audience, Robin has some thoughts on this. Robin McGraw, I'm sorry, I'm sitting here and I'm very emotional because, first of all, I adore my mother-in-law. When I met her, I realized she was the most important woman in your life, and I knew that to be in your life, I had to be in her life. Troy, it's not about choosing. You have chosen your wife, and your mother has to be number 2. Your mother had you first, she will always be your mother, but this is your wife, and you have to support her. You know, I just have to say something. One of the things I always say is if there's a problem with a mother-in-law, it's that mother-in-law's child's job to solve that problem. And you are siding with your mother. I am not siding with my mother all the time. Troy, come on. Yes, you are. You throw me under the bus. She's not telling the truth up here. Let me ask you something. What is it that you like about him? I didn't even say love. Just what do you like about him? Dana, her voice softening, tears welling up. I think he's a fantastic father. I couldn't ask for a better father for my kids. She covers her mouth, overcome with emotion. But this issue is so big that there's sometimes I can't see past it. I can't see past that he picks his mother over me. Dr. Phil, to Troy, what is it you like about her? She's a fantastic mother. She's a wonderful cook. Oh, Lord. Hey, you don't get built like this by turning down food. I like to eat. We used to have a wonderful sex life. Dana, exasperated. Oh, Lord, you really have to bring that up on TV. Yes, I do, because it's a huge part. We would have sex sometimes twice a day. Now, I'm lucky if we have sex once or twice a month. So you tell me. I feel as though I was baited into the relationship. Dana laughs, a sound laced with disbelief and pain, as the audience erupts. Troy, flustered but determined, continues to plead his case. A man lost between the 2 most important women in his life, in a family drama playing out for the entire world to see.